Bum, 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 bum. We're back.
What's good? It's Philly versus everybody.
We're back.
What's good?
What's
Six is the
good?
one seed. That's what's
Six is
good.
the one seed,
Six
baby.
is the one seed.
I-
What's good? What's good with it?
We might have been off by a season, but we called this, obviously.
Call
We knew it was
Not
going to happen.
fucking
It was
with
only
us.
a matter of time. It's all about trusting the process. This is all that comes with it. One seed, and we're about to avenge everyone that's wronged us. We're gonna go Celtics. We're gonna go Heat. We're gonna go Nets, and a team from LA. I don't know which one, but one of them.
I would love to sweep Brad Stevens out of a job.
Yeah, it's time for Brad Stevens to go back to coaching high school basketball, or wherever he thrives.
Go back to Indiana somewhere, Brad.
Brad Stevens,
the Brad Stevens on the hot seat. Is he really on the hot seat?
I don't think he probably really is, but it would be fun to. It would be fun to see him get fired.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he is as far as the organization. I don't know, but the fans bitch about him a lot.
Well, Boston fans bitch about everything. So,
I'm in a couple of Sixers Facebook groups where there are members that, they're basically they impersonate Celtics fans to get into Celtics groups. Like, these people are sick.
These people are sick.
But they report often back from these Celtics groups, and it's just panic city in there. They hate Brad Stevens.
Well, how do they feel about Ainge? I'd love to see Danny get fired too.
Now, if we get Danny Ainge fired, that's way more satisfying than getting the coach.
That would rule because everybody hates Danny Ainge.
Yeah, and
that'd be so great.
He's just been a weasel ever since he's come into the basketball landscape as a player, as a fucking exact.
Yeah, and JT, you know where he started his career as a second baseman with the Toronto Blue Jays. So double fuck him.
Fuck the Blue Jays.
Wow. When? No, never mind.
Baseball teams.
Before he played 2 years in MLB before he went to the NBA.
Before he went to the NBA. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what? The early 80s, I'm assuming that is.
Yeah, like 82 to 84. He was like a 210 hitter. He sucked ass.
I find it very ironic. The Sixers are the one seed after having really low expectations going into the season, or at least compared to last season.
Weren't we the 6th seed last year?
I would just say tempered expectations. I definitely expected.
I mean, but last season it was we gotta win the East. Last year we were expected to win.
No, for sure.
Obviously, Ben Simmons was injured, and we were swept by the Celtics in the first round, which would make it much more. You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for the false.
We had
when we sweep Boston.
Incompetent coach. We had an incompetent coach in charge.
But after we sweep Boston this year in the first round, and they don't have Jaylen Brown, they're all gonna be bitching like, "Oh, Jaylen Brown was injured." Not the same as Ben Simmons being injured when we played you last year.
I think it's comparable. I think it's comparable, but that's why it's so. That's why it's so sweet. That's what I want. I want us to sweep them as they are permanently shorthanded. Their second best player is out, just like our second best player was out, and we get them the fuck out of here. That's what I want. Celtics, Heat, Nets, Lakers.
So looking at the conference standings right now, obviously us and the Nets, Bucks, Knicks, Hawks, Heat. Yeah, so it'll be fucking Bucks, Heat.
Yo, can I get crazy?
That's if the Heat can beat the Bucks.
Can I get crazy real quick?
Yeah.
Fo.
Oh, let's go.
Fo.
Honestly, why not? Why not?
Malcolm Malone has spoken.
The Heat could give us trouble. But if we don't play the Heat, then we might be good.
Oh, no. Then it'll be 4-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think the Heat is probably a 5-game series.
I think the Heat could take 2 games from us. I don't know.
I honestly think we will gentlemen sweep the Heat, bro. I know I'm in the minority there. A lot of people are afraid of the Heat. I am not one of those people.
I'm not afraid of the Heat. I just think they work us a little bit more than any other team in the East. Right?
I don't think so. We had beaten them earlier this year.
So I have a theory. Well, we haven't really played the Heat this year, though. Haven't really played them because the We played them 3 times. The first 2 times Jimmy didn't play. Obviously, he's the heart and soul of the team and their vet, etc.
And then this last time they were like,
in this last game, it was just a shit game. Tony Brothers decided to decide the game in the first quarter, giving Ben and Embiid 2 fouls. And then Spoelstra really tried to turn it into, you could see it was like, and it was so transparent. Spoelstra really tried to turn it into a playoff game. They were pressing. He sends Udonis Haslem in to start a fight.
We're in game 70, and Udon hasn't played a single game, and this is the only time he gets in
and starts a fight like immediately. And credit to Dwight Howard, who completely did not engage, to the fact that he didn't even get a tech out of that. Right, and I think Haslem just got 2 techs and thrown out. But then, we were down 15 points at the end of the first quarter off of like really shitty officiating. And then they're pressing the rest of the game. They pressed the entire game.
And they kept their starters in.
They pressed up 30 with their starters in with our bench in. So I think Doc Rivers, that was kind of a game within a game between the 2 coaches where Doc just decided, I'm not going to let you turn this into a playoff game. And we kind of just laid down, which as a fan, you hate that. But like Doc just decided not to give him any game film to be able to study for a potential playoff matchup.
And Isaiah Joe got some minutes.
And I'm fine with that. Even though I was mad at the Nets for doing that to us.
Well, they had something to play for.
Just to be consistent. Because I was very mad at the Nets for doing that exact same thing.
But the Nets also had something. They still had the number 1 seed to play for. And they just decided
it was a little different because it was a couple of weeks ago when there was still a lot more shit on the line. Yeah. But I think we could get the Heat in a second round because the Heat are gonna end up the 5, right? Yeah.
No, they'll be.
So I think
they'll be the 6 seed.
The Hawks are the 5. Yeah.
He's gonna be the 6 seed, and they're gonna play the Bucks.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he got to beat the Bucks, which could happen, but the Bucks can also win that series.
They can't, even if they finish with the same record as the Hawks, huh?
The Hawks, the lowest they can be is 5, and the Knicks won today, so they are the 4. Knicks are the 4.
Wow, the Heat 5. The Heat fucked up. So they fucked up losing that last game they lost. Okay.
Fumbled.
But like they beat the Bucks.
So now they got to play.
Last year.
They're not gonna. I don't think that happens 2 years in a row.
The Bucks have gotten better with Drew.
Right,
they're way better with Drew Holiday.
First round, probably.
Way better with Drew Holiday, and it's not the fucking bubble. It's not an AAU tournament for Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson anymore. Tyler Hero
would not mind Celtics, Bucks, Nets.
If the Bucks win, then we would play whoever comes out of the play-in tournament. The worst.
Oh, you're right.
We play the 8 seed out of the play-in tournament.
It reseeds. You're right. Yeah.
Wait, say that again. What reseeds?
The playoffs.
What, like round to round?
Yeah, doesn't it go still the highest team plays the lowest team?
No. That's the whole point of the positioning. Because like as the 1 seed, you are the 1-8 matchup plays the 4-5.
I mean, that would be if one of those teams won a first round matchup.
Yeah, I'm saying after the first round.
Which isn't gonna happen.
They don't reseed though.
Yeah.
Like the bracket is already set.
No, I'm sorry. I was wrong about that. So if the Bucks do win, then we would play the Knicks or the Hawks in the second round.
Yeah, we play the winner of the 4-5 matchup as the 1 seed in the second round.
That sounds like a very easy second round to me.
I don't want to play the Hawks.
I would rather play the Knicks there for sure.
I would love a Knicks matchup. That would be hilarious.
Trae Young being Trae Young for like 3 games is too scary.
But Ben Simmons can cover Trae.
The Hawks will win 2. Will take 2 games from us for sure. But I don't think they can actually beat us.
But have we played the Nate? Have we played the Nate Hawks, or have we only played the Lloyd Pierce Hawks?
We played the Nate Hawks, but I think we were shorthanded.
Yeah.
Quite a turnaround for them, though.
Quite a turnaround for the Knicks, though, too. The Knicks are the 4 seed.
Definitely.
Yeah, Julius just busting out.
I didn't realize that until I was looking at the standings today. That, like, the Knicks are the 4 seed.
I think the Hawks have, like, single-digit losses since changing coaches, though.
Damn.
Remember our friend?
Yeah, well, you got
pretty sure.
You got great Julius this year, and you got Tibbs in there, who's just being Tibbs, which is a psychopath, and they're just playing a ton of minutes. Like Randall has played.
The Hawks are 17-6 under Nate McMillan.
Redacted. You remember our friend Nate Cunningham?
That's pretty good.
Who's a Knicks fan?
Yeah.
He texted me today and he said, "I'm beside myself. This doesn't seem real."
No, I'm very happy for Knicks fans. 10 games above 500 is pretty incredible. I would have never guessed that for them. Ben Simmons will
play-in team.
I don't think Ben Simmons will survive a Knicks series with no losses, so it probably will ruin his record.
You think
so? That sucks.
Yeah, but that record only really applies in the regular season, right? Come on.
Yeah, but
series, we're gonna lose maybe one.
You know, I think we probably lose one game to the Knicks.
Come on, we better sweep
the series.
We better sweep the Knicks. Come on.
I just want to sweep the Celtics, bro. That's the only team we have.
That would be nice from a classic rival standpoint. You beat the Celtics, then you beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
And then the Nets.
So the Celtics have to do some work to face us in the first round. The Celtics have to lose their game to the Wizards.
Oh yeah, right.
And then they got to win their second game.
Which could happen. So here's the thing.
They'd play the
Wizards. I want a Wizards Nets matched up so badly. Just to get like Russ versus KD.
I would like that. Because Russ would just take it at it. Russ would have like a 50-25.
If the Wizards beat the Nets, then that's the matchup we get. Then the Wizards would be the 7th seed and they'd play the Nets.
Yeah, I think the Wizards can beat the Celtics and get that 7th seed.
And then if the Celtics lose that game, then they would win their second game to play us in the first round.
Which I think that's pretty likely, to be honest. I think the Wizards beat the Celtics and get the 7th seed. The Hornets beat the Pacers, and then the Celtics beat the Hornets for the 8th seed.
I just want to play the Celtics. I want to play the bitch-ass Celtics.
I do too. I want to.
Imagine finishing with a worse record than the Knicks.
So imagine finishing 8th in the conference.
Our mutual friend, Matt Dunn, who is a ride or die Celtics fan, he has been just talking copious amounts of shit on Twitter for the last year and a half.
Oh, our buddy on Twitter. Yeah.
And here's the thing. I bookmark a lot of the tweets. I don't like them. I bookmark them.
So you get them ready to retweet.
Get ready to retweet them, man.
And I'm so ready.
Oh my
God. So ready to just unleash. And that's why it needs to be a sweep, because it needs to be a sweep where game 4 is pretty much in hand with about 5 minutes to go in the game. And then I'm just gonna unload. I'm just gonna unload.
So I can explain that.
Yeah, it's so that's really completely for selfish reasons. That's what I want.
Sixers version of the Auerbach victory cigar.
Yeah, no, exactly. I might record. I was thinking about recording myself throwing confetti in my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should get a Celtics hat and then burn that
and burn it.
Play the Sixers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers song,
and then throw confetti over. That's a great idea. Oh my God, I can do that right on the balcony.
Here they come.
I would grill it on my little grill.
Yeah, similar to if anybody were to hypothetically do that to a football team hat,
Mm-hmm. Right. But I'm not going to have myself in the video. It'll just be the hat burning, and then at the end,
confetti.
Confetti. Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, that's what I'll do.
You can send it to Giddens too.
I'm gonna put it on Twitter and tag him.
Oh, good. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and be like, I'm not gonna lie, I waited a long time for this. A lot of thought went into this. I hope you enjoy this. Boom.
Is the 1 seed wrapped up in the West, or does it still depend on what happens tonight?
The Suns are wrapped up in the West. Who are we going to see in the Eastern Conference?
Suns are number 1?
Yeah.
Wait, the Suns are – I think the Jazz still have to play tonight. If they win, then –
Oh.
But who do we see in the conference finals?
No, it's not wrapped. The Jazz have to win to wrap it up. I think the Suns own the tiebreaker over the Jazz.
Team. I thought I saw
it depends.
Probably the Nets.
The Jazz play Sacramento.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
They'll win that game though.
Sacramento still had a 20% chance like last week.
That's funny.
Damn.
The Sixers will probably play the Nets in the conference finals.
Probably.
So
I think, or the Bucks. I think the Bucks.
That's the thing. So the Nets are going to play the Bucks to play us in the conference finals.
Right.
Who wins that series? Who wins that?
Damn, Ben Simmons wants to be LeBron so badly. Because that would be such a cakewalk, like to go Nets, Knicks, and then be waiting for. That's some LeBron shit. All right, Ben, I see you. I see you, Rich Paul. That's some clutch sports shit. That's what that is.
I mean,
who do you think would be a tougher matchup in the conference finals? The Nets?
For us?
Yeah.
The Nets, for sure.
Even though they have nobody to guard Embiid?
I think in a series, maybe the Bucks. Because I think
are the tougher matchup?
Because they could
the
somewhat guard Embiid.
I guess. I think.
I'd almost rather.
What team? I think I would rather see the Nets too. Because now that I think about it, it's not so much Embiid that they could stop, but they can lock up Ben.
Yeah.
More than the Nets.
But they can also better defend Embiid than the Nets even can.
In theory, I guess. I mean, I don't think Brook Lopez is that much better of a defender than DeAndre Jordan.
But even if they wanted to put like Giannis on him, he's more athletic.
Right.
I don't think they will put Giannis on him though.
Budenholzer probably
that's automatic foul trouble for Giannis.
Budenholzer is like, oh, Giannis, you're at 31 minutes. Sorry, you got to sit the rest of the game. So we're gonna forfeit.
Right. Yeah, can't do it. I'm thinking about you in 3 years, Giannis. I'm thinking about your knees.
Coach, I want to win now. Yeah, we're gonna win
in
a few
Coach,
years.
We're a game away from the finals, Coach. This is game 7. No,
do you know what a finals smoothie would taste like, Coach?
The doctor won't approve it. I'm sorry, Giannis.
He's got like 75 points in 30 minutes.
Well, I'm going to call them the Brooklyn Knots because they're not going to.
The Knots.
They're not going to do.
Yeah, I think we could. We could see a couple of
Nets. We haven't actually seen them play full strength. We haven't seen them play with.
Also, I think the Hawks can beat the Knicks. I think the Hawks can beat the Knicks for sure. I understand no one wants that because the Knicks are the sexier story and they're more fun. And it's like playoff basketball in the Garden.
If the Knicks win a playoff series, that is significant for their franchise. That's how dogs.
It is.
That's like
it's significant. It's significant for the entire league, I think.
When the Knicks are good,
then they're going to sign Julius to a max contract,
and that's where they fuck up.
Yeah, he was on a non-guaranteed deal this year, and this is what he's done.
Wow.
They still have a lot of money to pay.
Okay, so he deserves a max.
Yeah,
for sure.
But, so the Knicks are going to fuck up.
He has to get a max. Well, but they should though. He really deserves one.
The Knicks are thinking a season or two ahead. You know, maybe they pull off the upset against the Hawks series in the series.
Go after Giannis.
Yeah, go after
playing 4D chess.
Who's the big free agent coming up in a couple of years?
Giannis is this offseason.
Okay.
No, he signed a supermax.
Did he?
Yeah, he stayed because they got Drew Holiday.
How about Damian Lillard?
He's not going to leave Portland.
I don't know, bro.
He loves Portland.
Blazers are almost a playing team.
I think he's even said he'd rather finish his whole career in Portland than try and chase a ring somewhere else.
God, loyal to a fault.
He's like the one black person that Portland's embraced.
Okay. Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Otto Porter, Victor Oladipo, Goran Dragic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dennis Schroeder, Evan Fournier, Danny Green, Andre Iguodala, Kelly Oubre.
There's a lot of free
That's the free agent class for 2021.
If the Knicks sign some other guys, the Knicks could actually be back.
Kawhi
could the Knicks lure Kawhi Leonard? That's the real question.
He reportedly is just going to re-sign with the Clippers.
Yeah.
I think that's the most Kawhi Leonard move, though. Him moving to the Knicks.
Could DeMar DeRozan push the Knicks over the top as like their go-to half-court scorer so that Julius Randle doesn't have to fuck up at the end of the game? I think that would be an interesting pick for the Knicks.
What I think it'd be interesting if Chris Paul just took his magic there. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get this team to the playoffs again too, and we're gonna be even better. But he's not gonna leave.
Will they though? Because like
keep moving
between Quickly and RJ Barrett, I don't know, and that's probably why they wouldn't sign DeMar DeRozan either. I don't know if they want to take the ball out of their hands.
True, but he just never doesn't win. At least in the regular
season. He doesn't win every year.
Yeah, well, at least in the regular season.
Yeah, no, I know. I love Chris Paul also. He's one of my favorite players. But I'm kind of waiting for him to get injured in the playoffs.
I know that's gonna suck.
Hate to see it.
They're gonna be up like 3-1 in the semifinals and lose to some bullshit team because he gets hurt.
I hope it does not happen, but it happens a lot.
Right now, the Blazers.
Because like right now, if Phoenix stays at 2, right? Let's say the Western Conference standings stay put. Basically, you have Lakers and Warriors in the play-in, and then Grizzlies, Spurs. The Lakers are going to beat the Warriors and stay at 7, and then the Warriors probably beat whoever wins that Spurs Grizzlies game. So like I can see the West pretty much standing pat, and I'm telling you right now.
But 7 can beat 2 and 8 can beat 1 in that matchup.
Yo, 7 will beat 2. Like the Lakers are not losing to them in the first round.
Not the Suns.
LeBron's never lost in the first round, and that's not going to start now.
He would have God mode it. He's like, I don't care.
And then I think Steph can go God mode for 4 or 5 games and get the Jazz out of here.
Yeah, because the Jazz, Rudy can't guard the perimeter, and their best players.
Rudy, exactly. Rudy's defense is irrelevant against the Warriors.
Because Steph will pull up from 35 feet and just drain it in Donovan Mitchell's face.
And Wiseman is out for the year already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, that would be so hilarious because the Warriors would immediately lose in the second round. But if they just ruined the whole playoffs like that, that would be.
I love if the Jazz got bounced in the first round because
that would
Jazz
be so satisfying.
They actually have a shot at the title.
It would be so satisfying if they just lost in the first round.
The Suns, I'm actually like not. I wouldn't be that mad to see the Suns make a run, but the Jazz need.
The Suns can't make a run, unfortunately.
JT, if
they draw the Lakers first, they're not.
They might not draw the Lakers.
Like for the Suns' sake, hopefully the Lakers and Blazers split.
The Blazers have to lose to the Grizzlies, and the Lakers have to win tonight for the Lakers to.
No, the Grizzlies already lost to the Warriors today.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies?
Grizzlies lost to the Warriors.
No, the Grizzlies have one more game left.
I'm sorry, the Nuggets play the Blazers. If the Blazers lose to the Nuggets, and the Lakers win.
But so why would the
So Lakers could be the 6th seed, in which case they would play either.
It all depends on. Oh wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah, the West is so interesting at all
because it all depends on who these teams want to match up with. Because
they can.
I don't think there's a 3 seed.
Teams can tank.
If you're the 3,
counter tank.
Right. If you're the 3 or 4 seed, like if you're the Clippers, right?
The Clippers lost to Houston last night to avoid playing the Lakers as the 6th seed because they assume the Lakers pick the 6th seed.
But if I'm the Clippers, I would much rather. If I'm the Clippers, I'd much rather play Dallas than Portland in the first round.
Yeah, which is what it's set up to do now. Clippers 4.
So I might just lose tonight. Is what I'm saying. If I'm the Clippers,
I don't think they might. If anything, they would fall to the 5 seed and they would still play the Mavs in the first round. And I don't think they can fall.
Well, no, the Mavs wouldn't jump up to 4. They can't fall below 4. The Clippers.
Yeah. No, they lost. The Clippers lost to Houston last night to drop from the 3 seed to the 4 seed.
Yeah,
right. But they could go back up to 3 now. They can go back up to 3 with a win and a Denver loss.
That's right.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm the Clippers, I don't necessarily want that because I would rather play Dallas.
You lost last night, lose again.
Yeah, tonight
just lose again.
But if the Blazers upset the Nuggets, then it's all over. Then the Lakers stay a play-in team.
If the Blazers beat the Nuggets, if the Blazers beat the Nuggets, then the Lakers are a play-in team. Then I don't think here's the thing. It doesn't even matter where the Lakers finish. They're not losing in the first round.
Lakers have to play in a playing game against
Doesn't matter, bro.
I mean, they're not losing to
matter.
the Grizzlies or the Spurs, so. Or
they're not losing a playing game, and they're not losing in the first round. Definitely not. No matter what.
I kind of hear
no matter
what.
Like,
LeBron is not going to lose.
He's going to go Space Jam.
No matter what. No matter what. Guarantee.
Yeah.
Guarantee. Like, they will, bro. It's impossible.
So I'm putting all my money on the Lakers.
So it's all about avoiding the Lakers. If I'm the Jazz, you have to win tonight so that you don't drop to 2. And then if I'm I don't know. It's interesting.
If you're the Nuggets, you might blow that game to the Blazers. If you're the Nuggets at the 3 seed,
Blazers need
but it doesn't matter, because if the Clippers decide that they're not going to win, then it doesn't matter. If both teams lose, then it stays the same.
Clippers cannot not be 4th.
Right. If they decide that's what they want.
I think that the West is probably going to stay set where it is at the top. You're probably going to finish Jazz, Suns, Nuggets, which means the Lakers would probably play the Nuggets.
Whoever the Lakers play in the first round is losing. So either the Nuggets are going out early, or the Suns are going out early. Yeah. I would rather the Nuggets go out early, since they're already shorthanded.
Because
just as a basketball,
fuck Jokic.
No, just as a basketball fan, because they're missing Jamal Murray.
They're just going to lose anyway.
So it's like
right.
So I would rather them just lose in the first round, and we can at least see what Phoenix can do. Even though I don't think they're going to necessarily, go beyond the second round.
So that means let's say the Lakers win. Let's say the Lakers win and the Blazers lose, and the Lakers get the play-in seed, and the Blazers fall to the play-in game as a 7 seed. Let's say the Blazers play the Suns in the first round. Can the Blazers beat the Suns?
They can, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
Think so?
I think the Suns can beat the Blazers in the first round. It'll be a 6 or 7 game series, but I think the Suns can win that.
Is there any chance either the Warriors?
I just don't. As long as the Suns can beat anyone but the Lakers, basically.
What about the Jazz? Could the Blazers beat the Jazz? Could the Warriors beat the Jazz? Are you talking about?
I think the Blazers could beat the Jazz.
I think the Blazers can beat the Jazz.
Because the Blazers lost their first play-in game, and then
is Nurkic healthy on the Blazers?
I don't know.
Is he back?
I think so. I think he is.
He's played this year, but I don't know if he got. I think he got hurt again, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
I'm about to check right now.
You're the Portland guy, John. You got to check in on us.
Actually, no, he's back. The only injury the Blazers have is Zach Collins. So they can definitely beat the Jazz. They can definitely beat the Jazz.
CJ, Dame, and Nurkic can beat the Jazz.
For sure.
What about the Warriors?
And
they can too. The Jazz. The Jazz can lose to anyone. They are frauds, bro.
Yeah, because like you said, Steph can just go God mode. He's just like.
It's just funny. It's just funny how when I read.
Actually, what's Donovan Mitchell's deal? Is he back? Because that's really what it's all about.
He's out for the whole regular season, so he isn't back.
Oh, see, well, that's
Donovan Mitchell's not back.
No, he hurt his ankle real badly.
I thought
he's been
out like the last 3 weeks. He's been out like the last 3 weeks. Turned his ankle really badly. So that's the big factor.
Oh, that's he's sprained his ankle.
I didn't see that. But I thought he's been out a few games. He's been out like a couple of weeks. Pretty sure.
Been out since April 16th.
4 days ago?
No, this is an update from 4 days ago. He's been out since April 16th. You're right.
He's been out a month.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
A month today.
You're saying he could be back for the second round. Well, I guess that makes him vulnerable in the first round.
Oh, well, if he ain't,
you got to get to the second round.
So he's not back for the first round? Oh, they're not.
Oh, I didn't know he was out. I didn't know he was out.
So
I knew he was out.
Jingles and Gobert.
I knew he was out.
So
that's why they
on the
lost.
8 seed in the West. Should I put money on?
If the 8 seed is the fucking Lakers or Warriors, then
when
you are.
Is Mike,
well, no, the
Mike
Lakers
Conley,
can't. The Lakers can't drop that far.
When does Mike Conley stop Steph?
When has he? Is that what you said?
Yeah. With the Grizzlies, they never stopped the Warriors.
If Steph decides to go God mode, that could be an easy series for them.
Yo, if there's no Donovan Mitchell to at least match Steph's scoring output, that's going to be a really depressing series for any Utah Jazz supporter.
The Jazz are going
to
be
like
110
because they're missing their star. No way.
That's fucked up. That's a reason to cry about it. That's messed up.
Okay,
that sucks.
All right, so the question
because that's not even like when the Mavericks lost to the Warriors years ago, which was my favorite. That was the greatest 1-8 episode ever.
So
we believe Warriors.
Who in the West can beat the Lakers in the second round or in the Western Conference Finals?
The only team in the West
Clippers.
that I think can beat the Lakers is the Clippers. Yeah. So if there's no chance of them matching up, my thing is they can't play each other until the conference finals.
Right.
So that's going to be the conference finals.
Are you sure?
Because 4-5 plays the winner of 1-8, and then 2-3 plays the winner of or 2-7 plays the winner of 3-6. So as long as the Clippers stay in fourth like they want, like if they lose tonight, they're in the 4-5 matchup.
Unless the play-in team wins. If the Lakers are a play-in team and come into the playoffs as a 7 seed, then
they still can't play the Clippers. They still can't play the Clippers.
They'd be on the other side of the bracket. The Lakers would have to be the 8th seed.
Unless the Clippers somehow won tomorrow and move.
The only way the Clippers and Lakers would match up is if the Clippers move up to 3 and the Lakers are
7.
Because I guess
or 6
or 7, right? Or 6. I mean, if they're 3-6 and they play in the first round, But I don't want that to happen, bro. We don't need that matchup that early. They're the 2 best teams in the West, so I don't want them to play each other until the conference finals. That's the only team I really think
it would be. It would be funny to watch LeBron beat Ty Lue in the conference finals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they did win together, didn't they?
Yeah.
Could the Mavericks
and Ty Lue won as a Laker? That would be because the NBA is rigged and they love their storylines.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what's going to happen.
To go play Iverson's old team who stepped over Ty Lue.
Right.
Storyline right there. That's it. That's how we get the chip.
LeBron literally might step over Paul George now that we're even talking about it. He might do a step over Paul George type.
This is the ultimate simulation test. If that happens, we know this is just the whole thing's rigged.
But we also know if that happens, we also know that they're listening to the pod, which is even more important.
That's right. The true overlords, operators with all the knobs, they listen to Philly. Mm-hmm. We've talked. Right. Redacted and I have talked about this ad nauseum. That these motherfuckers, they know what the deal is. They're not just controlling. It's a what do you call it? It's an organic, symbiotic relationship. There's like a two-way street. They're both.
Have you seen that Matt Damon movie, The Adjustment Bureau, where they like?
Oh, bro, events? I 100%. Bro, who do you think you're talking to? I'm the most conspiracy. I'm the most conspiracy out of the 3 of us, without question.
That's
would you be a conspiracy brother, an undercover brother?
I mean, out of the 3 of us, I'm the most prone to believing conspiracy theories.
Did you get your microchip yet?
No, I have not.
Really? I got the microchip part 1. I got to get part 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am thinking about it, but I have not gotten it yet.
They got me all wired up. Like they
chipped up.
They don't have me wired up. Like, come on.
Like
hashtag Team Bill of the divorce.
Like 60% of Fauci's staff did not get it, right? Did not get vaccinated. Just saying.
I'm not dead yet.
It ain't about you, bro. It's about your kids. It's about your kid coming out with that third eye.
That'd be cool.
That third arm. That's what you want.
Not a downside.
All right. I think JFK was killed by the CIA, so that's my confusion.
Doesn't everyone think that?
Some people say it was the Cubans. Some people say it was the Russians.
Bro, it's always the CIA. It's always the CIA.
It's always.
Did you watch Snowfall? Did you guys watch Snowfall? It's always
but I know what it's about.
Come on now.
I've heard Snowfall's good though. I have yet to ever check it out. It's a shame. All right, so then, in my opinion, the only acceptable
Snowfall is all about
the fucking Lakers.
It's a narrative story about the government
introducing
crack
and introducing crack cocaine systematically and purposely.
Thanks, Ronnie Reagan.
Don't just say no.
Just say no. Just say no.
Just say no.
Except if I put it in your neighborhood, then say yes.
We know you won't say no. So
no, it has to be Lakers because it's 20 years later. We're the one seed.
This hat is from that era. See, which that'd be so dope if they brought back the black old school jersey.
No, they had the bullshit ones with Boathouse Row that are just like yuppie shit. Oh, I have that shirt somewhere.
I hate that Boathouse Row shit. I don't know what advertisement's on the back, but you already know. Oh yeah, bro. I got like a couple of these shirts.
Oh, you know what shirt I still have somewhere? Is the shirt they gave out opening night in 2010 when they played Miami, which was the first game LeBron was in Miami.
Oh, Michael Carter Williams debut?
Yeah. I still have no. That was the next year.
Oh, okay.
This was the Heat's. This is the first game of the Big Three ever.
Gotcha.
And then we went.
Oh yeah, and that was like the only game that they sold out that year. It was our first game of the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still have the shirt somewhere from that night. They gave out shirts, and I still have that somewhere.
Yeah, I do remember that. I have a tweet. I have a tweet about that game.
I was in the very top row in the second deck. I was the farthest away it could be.
I had a tweet to the effect of the NBA made sure to get this Heat Sixers game out of the way early. Like,
hey, that was the start of two different, one team
trajectories. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny was I remember from that game they had Dwayne Wade on the kiss cam, and then they like showed Udonis Haslem, and Dwayne Wade just made his face like, "Fuck no!" Like, get that out of here. He just was so pissed. He's like, "I'm not playing." It was like in the middle of the game. He's like, "I'm not playing this shit right now."
Bro, I will only accept a defeat over the Lakers in the finals because then you guys still live in Los Angeles. You'd be able to talk shit on everybody. But But think about the way that the Eagles won the Super Bowl, right? It was against the Patriots, the team to beat us in the Super Bowl years ago with Donovan McNabb.
Right.
There was so much heartbreak that went behind that loss. And so to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl was so much more satisfying than to beat like the Jags or whoever. The only team that destiny will allow us to play in the finals is the Lakers.
LeBron James.
I mean, there's so
and
many.
It's got to be, and it's been like usurping LeBron.
Yep, he takes the torch.
The
NBA doesn't know it yet, but they need that narrative. They need that fucking narrative.
They need it.
And Malcolm,
and then we do like your 2K franchise where we win like 4 years in a row and nobody beats us.
I also have this theory. I have this theory about Ben Simmons because I'm convinced that Ben Simmons is like an absolute psychopath at this point. And because it's pretty common commentary around Ben for people who are in NBA circles or around these guys in the summertime when they're working out. Everyone talks about the fact that he works on his jumper and just doesn't take them in the game. And I honestly believe that if we win a championship, I think Ben just wants to win a chip without shooting jumpers, like on some like psycho shit. And then he'll start shooting them and be even better. Yo, like I swear to God,
look what I can do, bitch.
That'd be hilarious.
That's what I think. Yo, he's nuts.
That's like narrative building.
He's nuts.
He's like Happy Gilmore when he could only drive the ball, and then
he wants to win. He wants to win one. He wants to win one without a jumper because he can shoot right. We've seen him shoot the ball. Like he can shoot the ball, bro. Yep. So like, this is my theory about Ben. He wants to win one without shooting, so he can say "I told you so," and then he'll start shooting.
I think that is realistic, but I also would love it if he just was like, fuck it, I'm going up against Braun, time to bust out the jumper, and he just is like lights it.
Yo, like in the finals. Yeah, no,
he's like 7 of 9 from 3. Like
that would be amazing. That would be amazing. He hits 4 threes a game.
He's just doing pull-up jumpers right in LeBron's face.
That's still within the psychopath narrative. Like, so like that could happen too. I'm just convinced that he knows how to shoot and is just like waiting for when he wants to incorporate it. He just wants to tell people that he was right and they're wrong and they don't know anything.
I also think back to us talking about previously, like how he'll never dunk on LeBron when he can dunk on anyone he wants. I just would love it all to come out in the finals. Like, nah, it's my shit now. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. Oh my god.
Ben Simmons just burning down the league.
I wouldn't even want to be around me if that happens, bro. I'd become unbearable.
Evan's gonna move out.
That'd make your living situation a lot harder.
I mean, I wouldn't move out. This place is great.
Oh, I know, but you'd be the most obnoxious roommate.
I know, it would be. I'd be terrible. I'd buy so much Sixers. I'd buy so much Sixers shit, like more than I have now.
Put it on all the common areas.
I would be like wearing something Sixers every day.
2021 champs.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like socks.
Shit. Get the bootleg shit by the beach.
Oh my god!
I'm definitely gonna be. I'm gonna rack up on a few more pairs of Iverson socks and just Sixer socks in general, and I'm gonna have a nice little rotation for the playoffs because I wear those Iverson socks for every big game.
So
I don't know if you know that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Let me ask you both a question. Pick one person in the Sixers organization who has the most to prove this offseason.
This playoffs?
By how they perform in the playoffs?
Playoffs, yep.
Ben Simmons.
I
mean, honestly, both Ben Simmons and Embiid. Embiid has a lot to prove too, as far as I'm concerned.
And so does Doc Rivers. So does Tobias Harris. So does,
but not as much as those two. Those two, because like those two.
Embiid is the top of
those
that.
two.
Sorry, Ben Simmons is top.
Both of them talk about wanting to be all-time greats, and like this is literally the year they have to put it together.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
To go a slightly different route, just for this person's future with the team and in the league, and Danny Green too. If he just balls out in the playoffs again, that's gonna like probably make or break Sixers being like, oh, we'll give you some money, or if another team might try and like take him.
But
and then how does the team replace him next year?
If I'm Danny Green and I do that, why don't I just make myself the mercenary of the NBA?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, how badly would the Sixers want to keep him, or
right? Okay.
How much is another team going to offer him?
Yeah. Because to be able to say, hey, I played like an integral role on the last two champions, like
last three champions.
Last three?
It would be if the Sixers won, Sixers, Lakers, Raptors.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And then Spurs earlier. So he would have had four chips if he wins.
The last three in a row.
If he wins, he already is the mercenary of the league. If he wins this
year. He could be at 3 in a row though. Yeah.
No, if he wins it this year, then he's officially the mercenary of the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what people
That's crazy.
Kawhi Leonard doing originally.
That's what I wanted KD to do, man.
But Danny's been playing well this like the last half the season or more.
He's back on. And Steph Curry, is back on as well. And that's
he's
nice
just a little too tentative, I think.
He's too unselfish. He's like, you can tell it's like he's like too nice in real life, and he lets that like bleed onto the court.
He would always let Steph take the shots when they played.
Like, I mean, but he's the younger brother, so it's like it's probably more just about like Steph never let him take the lead as kids.
You pass me the shots, bitch.
Steph gave him the unplugged in controller and shit. Yeah.
Dad loves me more.
That kind of shit.
He named me after him.
Oh my god.
That's fucked up. I mean, Seth Curry looks more like your dad and has more of a comparable NBA career.
There you go.
So, well, regardless, I mean, I agree with you.
Tell me who's dad's
Ben
favorite.
Simmons has the most to lose in this, has the most to prove this offseason because he's the guy.
Yeah, no, Ben. Ben has to.
Ben.
We know.
But I just didn't
know. Yeah, actually, you're right. Ben has the most to prove because if we don't win the championship this year, then I kind of want to trade Ben this summer.
I agree. Well, I think we should trade Ben if we get bounced this year.
I'm sure.
If we don't win it,
be fine with it.
If we don't at least get to the finals, like really, my line is winning the whole thing. But if we don't at least get there, then Ben must be traded this offseason.
I think the most likely
like you said,
get there is because
Morey
not play the way he should.
Morey doesn't give a fuck. He didn't draft him. He'll get him the fuck out of here.
And he's not Embiid where it's like you can't trade him.
Right. Exactly. Because Embiid, you already know Embiid isn't gonna like not do work in the playoffs.
When it starts. This is the year when the two of them finally lock it in. And I got a lot of money riding on the Sixers winning the finals, winning the Eastern Conference Finals, and then the NBA Finals. So
I might have placed a bet earlier this year, but I honestly don't even remember.
Some futures bets at the beginning of the season. There were some good odds. There still are some good odds. We're plus 800 in the finals right now.
Did I place one through one of y'all?
Not me.
Because that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, I might. I can look at my account later and see. I know. No, we did that last playoffs during the bubble.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe not.
But the season started like 2 months later, so that's why it feels like it was this season.
Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe it takes me having like a wholesome watch of the playoffs. No money on the line. I'm just in this for the love, you know.
That's why I put my money on us at the beginning of the season, so I could just forget about it and it's not getting involved.
Yeah.
You're not front running on the bets.
Because
like
I'm not putting any more money on the Sixers now. No, hell no.
I will say, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, my plane ticket home was paid for by the money I won from them getting there. And then I had another payout when they actually won it.
You're super out of focus.
I know. I don't know why.
That was great. It's like that Far Side video. I will
see your face.
Should we talk about
upper sports quickly? Yeah, I'm just gonna decompress really quickly, so I guess you guys can do like the ad right now. So I'll be right back.
This is so weird. I don't know why it's
this week's ad is brought to you by 1-800-CONTACTS. If you think your vision is going bad, check out 1-800-CONTACTS.
I don't know what the fuck happened. There we go.
If you have astigmatism and JT's coming in blurry as fuck.
Zoom's fucking around, man. I get my contacts on.
Let's see those nuts you're eating. What's the promo for the nuts?
Well, black out the trademark areas because
planters.
They don't.
A Mr. Nut kind of peanut, and it's honey roasted.
This is the Walmart brand honey roasted peanut.
No, you got the Great Value. You got those.
Nah, these are those planters.
Those yak nuts from.
They're not a sponsor of the pod, so they might get mad at us, but
we're giving them free pub
exclusive, bro. We got all that. We got that Spotify overall deal money. Let's talk about the Phillies while Malcolm is out because he doesn't give a fuck about the Phillies. There are a lot of injuries, but we're still okay. They need to call.
They're all right. The whole division is underperforming. And they're underperforming right on par with everyone else. They're just behind the Mets.
Bryce Harper's been day to day. JT's
they put him in today because Kingery was so bad.
Oh, really?
And then he had two guys on in the top of the ninth, and he struck out. But he's hurt. The team is just fucked.
Spencer,
I don't give a fuck about the Phillies. I don't give a fuck about the Phillies.
What did I tell you? What did I just say? What did I just say?
Where were you? Where were you the night they won in 2008? Because I was at 15th and JFK that night.
I was here at my parents' house. You asking me?
I'm asking to whomever it may concern.
15th and JFK, that's the place to be.
I don't care about the goddamn Phillies.
You know what Shaka Hill has done?
That's why we were talking about it when you went to decompress.
Yo, I mean, redacted. Exactly. Fucking greatest of all time.
You got your glory on the show.
Right. 760 home runs in 15 years.
That's crazy.
Okay, over 3,000 hits already.
Still going.
62 game hit streak. Career 350 average.
Talk about God mode.
Career 350 over 15 years.
13 gold gloves.
Come on, man. center fielder turn right fielder turn first baseman. You know, he's getting older. You can't be running around and shit no more.
Phillies are hovering right around 500, and they just need to get healthy and start hitting the ball because
they call Spencer Howard up from the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
They need to, because Chase Anderson is untenable.
No, Chase Anderson gave up 1 billion runs in two innings today.
Velasquez has been pitching well, surprisingly. So
who's this guy we need to call up? Is he the boy wonder pitcher in our farm system right now?
He's their top pitching prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he?
Young.
In his early 20s. He's been up with the Phillies, but not like full time. He's already pitched in the majors though.
Like 21 years old young, or like 25?
Young 20s. He's like 21, 22.
Okay.
He was up with them last year a little bit, and he was up for like one game this year. But they need to call him up and just be the fifth starter, because their fifth starter sucks ass.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's why we talked about it when you went off, because the Phillies.
I mean, I could hear it. That's why.
Yeah, it is. That's how we knew what we were talking about.
Yeah.
What about the Flyers, JT? What are they up to?
Well, I hear the Stanley Cup playoffs are on. Playoffs suck, and so I don't care. That's about it. I didn't even know the hockey playoffs were on until the other day. Somebody was like, "Oh, it's the playoffs," and I was like, "Oh, the Flyers in there?" And because nobody watches hockey, because hockey's a stupid sport. So that's about all the breath I'm going to waste on that.
Yeah, I haven't played NHL. I haven't played NHL in months.
Hockey's the dumbest shit in the world. Let's talk about the Eagles and how we drafted our boy Devontae Smith in the first.
Let's go.
We actually did what we were supposed to do, Howie.
Yeah. Howie didn't fuck it up.
Howie didn't fuck it up.
I can't remember the Eagles making a move like this where they actually like got the guy everyone wanted. As far as the draft, because the last huge draft pick like of this stature that I can honestly think of, probably Donovan, which obviously was not the popular choice, even though it was the correct choice. But yeah, I'm really excited about Devontae Smith. He gets to reunite with his college quarterback. Hopefully they capture that magic again. And we'll see, because the other side is like he could just be a bust, and this is just a part of like the Eagles just suck.
Undersized, but what we did this year is
7 years.
Go get the best guy who's available instead of the guy who fit like our scheme or whatever.
For sure.
He could be the Justin Jefferson of this new season, or he could be a bust. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
It's probably the most fun on draft night since they traded up to get Cox.
Yeah, well, we got Cox.
Yeah. But that was like we're gonna get a guy kind of thing.
Also, the best part about here is because the Giants really wanted him, and we're super pissed that we snatched him.
Yeah. See, that kind of makes me think he will be a star.
Fuck the Giants.
Just the fact that there's like that added, like, you know, the Giants missed out on this guy, that kind of thing. Because they are definitely.
How about the Cowboys being smart too? They're like, well, he's going to go within the division no matter what. So at least we might as well get something.
Let's just get this corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the Cowboys are supposed to be the best team in the division, and it kind of would make sense.
You're the only one with a good quarterback, so.
Right.
Well,
I mean, this is the most.
Right.
He is. Come on, Dak.
He's proved more than Jalen Hurts.
Have you seen him play since his ankle was outside of his skin?
Well, of course. I mean, but Gordon Hayward, I mean, we're assuming he's going to come back from his ankle injury.
He's any of the quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, I'd say historically, he's good.
Joe Flacco, except Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
Well, he is elite, yeah.
So is he the best quarterback in the NFC East?
No, he's just elite. He's not the best. He's just elite.
Joe Flacco of Audubon, New Jersey.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Shout out to his local dive bar. They've got some great hot wings and a special sauce. They make you sign a waiver before you have it. It's supposed to be one of those hot ass sauces.
Fun fact about Joe Flacco: he's sponsored by Haribo because he is only sponsored by products he likes. So his contract is just like lifetime of gummy bears.
Joe Flacco sponsored by Haribo gummy bears?
Yeah, or he was with the Ravens.
Gummy bears, yo. I just ate a whole bag last night.
So
those shit fun for good. Those shit I could eat like if you put like a 5-gallon like a Home Depot bucket full of Haribo gummy bears. I could probably eat the whole thing.
Home Depot bucket.
You know, just
The orange bucket.
My jaw would hurt so bad after that.
You just have like a scoop. You're just scooping it. That's like a Simpsons gag. Like Homer just.
I could probably do that though, because those are so good. Just like these honey roasted peanuts.
By unnamed brand.
Look, bro, I lift. I need all the protein I can get, right?
Do you dismember Rams heads and then strap them to your back like a certain psycho ex-quarterback?
I do not do that.
Do you make your wife kiss a dead duck's bill like a certain psycho ex-quarterback?
Nope. I don't know who you're talking about because we don't talk about any ex-quarterbacks besides previously mentioned Diamond and Nav on this podcast.
Right.
My quarterback is Jalen Hurts, and my backup quarterback is Joe Flacco. So I don't know why you still follow certain ex-quarterbacks on Instagram.
Oh, I saw this on Twitter. People posting photos of him being a psychopath.
Well, he's a psycho, and he's not on our team anymore. So,
well, I'm not gonna unfollow everybody in the world to avoid it.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Wow.
So.
That's interesting.
Yep. The turnaround came multiple episodes ago. This is not a surprise to anybody. It should not be.
Do a 180.
He might still be top 3, but he's not on our team anymore, so it doesn't matter.
He's never going to be top 3.
I mean, he was literally bottom 33 last year. That's the funniest thing about me saying he was top 3.
He was bottom 1.
Statistically, the worst quarterback last season.
Bottom 2, and he's not 2.
So bad, yeah. All right, so the Eagles' schedule is out. We have the third. Speaking about bottom 2, we have the third easiest schedule in the NFL this year. Here are our road games: Atlanta, Dallas, obviously. Here are non-division road games: Atlanta, Carolina, Las Vegas, Detroit, Denver, and the Giants. I'm sorry, the Jets. We play all the worst teams.
13-3.
13.
No. You can't be 13-3.
We got 17 regular season
17 games.
Oh shit. 13-4.
However, we play Kansas City at home, and then 2 weeks later we go on the road. We play Tampa Bay at home. With a road game, we're going to short week at Carolina in between.
So, we will win. We'll win one of them. I don't know which one, but we're going to win one of them.
We'll beat Carolina.
We're not beating
Tom. We never beat
No, I'm
Andy.
saying we're beating one of Kansas City or Tampa Bay.
I'm saying we'll beat Tom.
I'd rather beat Tom.
Okay.
Because we never beat Andy. He's always beating the Eagles.
I want to get Andy. Fuck that.
I want to get Andy. I just don't have faith that Sirianni's going to get Andy.
Yeah, Sirianni might not be the one.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing about the
He's
Eagles.
not the one.
That's the biggest thing about the Eagles is like, I already kind of hate this guy. He hasn't even done anything.
He came from the team that wanted Wentz. That's enough.
What, the Colts?
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't even done anything, and it's just like, fuck this guy. I didn't like his intro press conference, and I'm just holding that against him.
Yeah.
Until he gives me a reason not to.
Until proven otherwise.
Yeah. Do not inspire confidence.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Dak Prescott's healthy. He might be the best quarterback in the NFC East, but the Dallas Cowboys are still them Dallas Cowboys. And so, in my opinion, we could easily win the division.
They do love to blow it, and
go 10-7 and win the division.
They're the Cowboys, but I just think they are so much more talented than everyone else in the division right now.
I think that's a fact.
But we are also banking on the fact that he can come back from that injury.
The one where his, as you mentioned, ankle popped out of his skin. Yeah.
Yeah, similar to Alex Smith. Yeah.
That's always fun. We saw what happened to Alex Smith. He played a shitty year and then retired.
Oh my God. I think it's nuts he tried to come back. Like he almost had his leg amputated.
He did the right thing. He almost died, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He should have never came back.
He almost died.
It's nuts.
I mean, you just like football too much, bro.
Drew Brees retired. That's good though.
LASIK Jameis.
LASIK Jameis, baby. It's here.
No, JT's got astigmatism again.
I gotta clean my contacts.
1-800-CONTACTS, sponsor of the week.
eating a little leftover burger
Father's
here.
office.
Father's office.
Overrated.
This is the discussion every time Malcolm gets Father's
We've said this
office.
before. I've said this before. It's overrated. It's not a bad burger. This is not like the best burger on the West Side. That's what people say. Caramelized onions are whack. That's what
I
I'm
do
saying.
prefer a
Caramelized
raw
onions.
onion on a burger.
Caramelized onions are not whack.
I
It's
mean,
just like a weird.
not the way they
It's
do.
like a.
Not the way
You just want
Father's
attention.
They do caramelized onions with like blue cheese. I don't know.
Well, those are both on the burger, but caramelized onions are their own thing.
Would you rather that or Plan Check's ketchup leather bullshit?
Ketchup what?
Have you been to
Yeah,
Plan
that shit
Check?
is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I've gotten a burger.
Their ketchup is like a like a fruit leather, but it's just ketchup.
So that it's like not messy.
Yeah, but it tastes like ketchup, but it's fucked. It's just like a hardened piece of ketchup on the burger.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? No.
Mhm.
They call it ketchup leather.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have not gotten a burger at Plan Check. I've gotten their chicken and waffles and some other shit, but I've not got the burger. Huh. Well, that's whack as fuck. Well, the Eagles are going. The Eagles are going 17-0. And
I'm not a big
17-0.
blue cheese guy. Not a big blue cheese guy, but
I'm not a blue
Father's
cheese guy
office
either.
burger. Father's office burger is delicious.
So let's talk about the real news in the NFL, which is that Aaron Rodgers says he's done with the Packers. He says he's going to retire if they don't trade him.
I want him to be with. I want him to be with Johnny Gruden.
I would love it if he went to the Raiders.
I would love it if he went to the Raiders.
That would be John Gruden's wet dream. He'd be like, all right, men, listen up, men. Listen up, men. We traded all the running backs, man. We don't have any running backs. We're not running the ball at all, man. We're going to throw the ball 100 yards every play, man.
I'm the new running back, guys.
He would go crazy.
Also, I wanna go see the Eagles in Vegas.
Yeah, so do I. We got to do that.
When do we play them?
Week like 9 or something. Is that the new stadium or where are they playing?
Yeah, Allegiant Stadium. It's like the most brand new stadium in the world.
It's not nicer than the LA stadium though.
I mean, it's all black. It's like rated out. I think it looks cooler for sure.
Raiders should come to LA though.
No, Vegas Raiders fits.
It does though.
Vegas Raiders definitely fit.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Listen up, man.
Man, that was a fantastic burger. And it was leftover. Heated it up in the oven.
I don't know.
With sweet potato fries? Oh my God.
Oh, I'm out on sweet potatoes though.
You don't like sweet potatoes?
Nope.
Wow. You know, it's one of the most beneficial foods you can put in your body.
Good for you.
Just really, I know that, but I'm just a hard out. I do not like the taste.
You
fucking
like
idiot. You fucking moron. Eat sweet potatoes, bro.
Don't you read with that?
I read.
Yo, in almost any form, sweet potatoes are delicious. Like, I think you're tripping on this one.
He's tripping on a bunch of shit. He doesn't like grilled onions of any kind.
That's not true. I don't.
What's some other bullshit you don't like?
Like, you don't like sweet potato pudding?
Don't you like peanut butter?
A baked sweet potato?
No, I like peanut butter.
Or like butter and sugar on it? Like,
don't
I don't like sweet potatoes. No, I just don't like the flavor of them.
You don't like pickles?
I like pickles. What are you talking about?
You told me you don't like.
What are the foods? What are the conventional foods that you do not like?
I really don't like
top 5.
I really don't like tomatoes.
Like in any context?
Sauce is not just tomato. Don't like.
Like in what context though? Like
in
on
a salad, I don't want it on a sandwich.
Like
I don't
fried tomato.
I don't want to eat a tomato. I don't like the texture of a tomato, but I like tomato sauce things, but I don't like tomatoes.
I mean, the only time I don't like tomatoes on my sandwich. It makes the sandwich too messy.
That especially sucks. I like onions in only certain circumstances.
That's about it.
See. You don't get onions on your cheesesteak, but you put ketchup on your cheesesteak. That's fine.
Yeah, putting ketchup on your cheesesteak is fine.
No, that's ridiculous, bro.
No.
You don't put onions on it, but you put ketchup on it?
Thank you.
What kind of cheese do you put on it? What kind of cheese do you put on it?
I go American, white American.
Bro, that's like borderline racist.
How? That's the cheese that comes on a cheesesteak. Provolone is
no
not a traditional
onions,
cheesesteak.
No onions and just American cheese.
Thank you. I am vindicated. And ketchup, bro.
Have you had it? Wait, have you had it with fried onions and you still don't like it?
Yeah, I just don't like the onions on it. I've had it that way.
What if you order like light onions?
That's too much of a hassle. If it was truly light onions,
no,
I'm fine with
you
that.
get the sandwich you want. You get the sandwich you want, bro. You order what you want.
I don't care about onions enough to get the light onion, so I just get it without.
Yeah, this is terrible.
I don't want to roll the dice on the onions being too heavy. That's going to ruin it for me.
Roll the dice. Grilled onions are delicious.
I don't particularly care for them.
They add to the flavor of everything.
But it's just like, even when you're eating like a regular steak, you don't get like onions on it. Like, that's like, bro, you're tripping. You don't get like some sauteed onions on like a really well-made steak with like some fucking mushrooms and baked potato next to it and some asparagus.
It's not like I don't put like a
good glass of wine.
It's not like I don't have it cooked that way. I just don't eat the onion with the steak. It's cooked with it though. That's fine.
So you like onions then? That's all. It's the flavor.
I don't dislike the flavor of onions at all. I don't like the texture of onions in certain dishes and certain preparations.
Onion rings.
I like onion rings. I like a light raw onion on a burger, white or red onion. I just mostly don't like when they're cooked. I don't like their softness.
If you didn't like red onion, you only liked white or yellow onions.
No, I like red onion.
Red onion is different. Red onion is like
red onion slaps though. Red onion is
so good.
Oh,
yeah,
red onion's fine, but
it's the superior onion. For
I don't like how soft it gets when they're cooked. That texture grosses me out. It's not the flavor.
That's so interesting. So you just don't like the slimy kind of.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We gave him like a big ass plate of grilled onions and a spoon, and told him that he had to eat the whole thing or he would die. He'd rather die.
No, would you eat a plate of sautéed onions for $5,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't. You would try, but at some point in the middle of it, you'd be like, "This is not worth $5,000."
Okay, well, he didn't say complete. He said, "Would you do it?" I would do it.
No, you have to complete it. I
don't know if I can complete it. I would
10
try
grand. 10 grand.
I would try my best to do it.
And you wouldn't do it. Somewhere in the middle, you would be like, "This is not worth the money. I'm not."
Is there a number? Is there a number where you would just absolutely force feed yourself the full plate?
Yeah, if it was like 50,000 or more, I would just have to do it.
50,000.
Come on.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
So how much?
I damn
$50,000.
I had onions on a pizza last night. It was fine.
See, Malcolm, I'm glad you agree with this because every time I've been to Philly West, rest in peace with this guy, he gets fucking no onions on his cheesesteak and he flaps it with fucking ketchup.
You gotta get onions on. You know who else doesn't like onions on their cheesesteak? My former roommate, loyal listener of the pod, Matt Tract. Doesn't like onions on the cheesesteak.
I stand together.
Really?
It's so bizarre. It's one of the, and Tract is like, he's a food guy. He can cook his ass off.
Onions don't belong.
I will bear
on
witness.
Cheesesteak.
But onions are just such an essential part of
what you're saying is factually correct, redacted.
Any person who can cook,
one who's wrong.
Any person who can cook, garlic and onions should just be like a part of your life.
Like everything.
And it's just like, it's just bizarre. Bizarre.
Your friend
it bothers me.
Also a friend of the pod, Joe, eats it the way I do with just cheese, steak, and ketchup. Jimmy Rollins eats it with ketchup.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Rollins is from Oakland.
Jimmy Rollins puts onions on it. You know there were onions on that cheesesteak. That's not what
Jimmy Rollins spent more than half his life being a Philly.
Jimmy Rollins is from Oakland. He doesn't know any better. So it's not like if you're from out of town. I mean, I guess technically you are, but like, bro, no, that's ridiculous.
If you come from out of town and you're like, yo, I want a cheesesteak. Just give me the way that you get it.
What if I had it with onions?
It's gonna have onions on it.
If I had the onions, you wouldn't care if I put the ketchup.
It would be less egregious.
No, not you.
No,
you don't count because your ketchup opinion is null and void.
I put ketchup on my cheesesteak also. I do.
Yeah. Okay. Ketchup is allowed on cheesesteak.
Let me tell you my cheesesteak order.
I'm not gonna
like this is my cheesesteak order, like fresh off a blunt, like mid blunt. We're like, yo, let's go to Dalessandro's. Like this is my order. I get a mushroom steak with salt, pepper, ketchup, very, very light mayonnaise, fried onions, hot peppers, and extra hot peppers on the side. That's what I do.
I can't get it on the mayo.
Very light mayo, so you don't even really taste it.
I just do sauteed. I just do grilled onions and hot peppers. That's my go-to.
Yeah, and provolone cheese. Provolone cheese.
I get extra cheese sometimes.
But and if I do extra cheese, then I do American and provolone. But if I'm just doing one cheese, then I do provolone.
Oh, if you put onions on your cheesesteak, it would be less egregious that you put ketchup. But because you
when not putting onions on your cheesesteak makes putting ketchup on it very like steak on ketchup on steak.
That's like not putting.
It's a different. It's not the same thing.
Exactly. That's like not putting cheese in a lasagna. That's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you did that.
No, I told you I was doing it. You freaked out. Malcolm, did I tell you about this? I told him I was making a lasagna once. We were on the phone.
A cheeseless, sauceless lasagna.
He asked me what I was putting in it, and I was like, I'm doing a cheeseless, sauceless lasagna. Just like noodles and meat and maybe like.
It made me so mad.
What does that mean?
I was just
like
it literally just
seriously.
Lasagna sheets.
He took it seriously. He got all offended. He was like, "Bro, are you fucking serious? You're not putting sauce in your lasagna or cheese?" He's like, "No cheese."
Because like, do you when you make lasagna, do you use ricotta cheese? Do you use the ricotta thing? Is like the
yeah.
The way I like to do it is I like to take some ricotta cheese and crack an egg into it, and then I take some spinach.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Spinach mixture, and that's what I layer in there. And then I do mozzarella cheese and some like Romano or Parmesan or something.
Yep.
And that meat sauce, you got to use that good meat. You got to use some like Italian sausage.
You also have to use whole fat.
Beef is
whack. You can't use any sort of light cheese. Well,
see, I get weird with mine. Like I recently made a lasagna with chicken. And just made sauteed some chicken, added in my tomato paste and crushed tomatoes and made a little sauce and shit. And then the only difference, I use parsley instead of spinach in my ricotta. But
I put parsley in lasagna, but as like just like a
use the egg too and the ricotta cheese.
Yeah, you gotta, because then you can spread it easier. It's more like.
How do we feel about the tan line?
It's pretty bad.
Let me see that.
You look super Irish.
You got to speak again, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's not great. You should probably not wear a hat to the beach.
Well, I wore a headband at the beach yesterday.
You should do that.
Yeah. You got to let that skin fly at the beach, dog.
It looks like pink and white.
You got to get as naked as possible.
Yeah, it looks like Neapolitan ice cream, bro. You're like.
All right, I'm not Sammy fucking Sosa.
Neapolitan ice cream.
Oh, take a scoop of that. Put it on some cake. Put on some bun cake.
It's not pink.
It's not pink.
I've been doing the real easy to make, so just bake cinnamon rolls, the ones you buy in a can.
Oh, that's crack cocaine.
And
where you get the icing thing and you spread the icing on it afterwards? I could eat a whole pan of those, man. What are you doing this to me for?
It's hard to not eat the whole pan, but what you do is, because I made some to have with some breakfast one day. I made like a nice omelet, some sausage, and had a cinnamon roll on the side. But then like later that night, I reheated one of the cinnamon rolls in the microwave. Get a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of that.
You don't just reheat one cinnamon roll.
It's different with a couple scoops of ice cream.
I see them at the store, like at the bakery. I'm like,
no, not in the bakery, bro. Not in the bakery. You gotta go.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I see the ones in the bake. I'm like, I'm just gonna eat them all. Can't do that.
It's tough because I got.
Yeah, you're talking about the one out of the.
Yeah. Because they sell them in the 5 as the grands, where they're like the giant ones, and that's dangerous because then I only see 5 cinnamon buns and I'm like, oh, that's light, that's done. You know what's funny? But at least if you buy them in the slightly smaller ones, you get 8, and then you're less prone to eat all of them at once.
Right.
What's speaking of shit like this, the Sixers put out a video today. It's like Sixer versus Sixer, name the most snacks in however many seconds. 30 seconds, and it was Thibault versus Dwight. And Thibault's like apples, carrots, granola bar, trail mix.
Oh my
and he
God.
got 8 of them.
So
and then
sad.
Dwight's like honey buns, Skittles, Starburst, Trolleys, sour worms, gummy bears.
Anything, just name anything you've eaten throughout life.
Yeah.
Like,
remember when he was on the magic and his diet was just like candy?
Carrot sticks.
Yo, they said name your favorite snacks. He said apples,
it was just name as many snacks as you can, and he literally started with apples, carrots.
Oh my God, Matisse Thybulle. What type of man, you pure soul. It's me. That's the thing is, it's me. Like, I'm the tainted one.
Well, no, but
not
it's also
Matisse.
Like, he's going
Matisse is pure.
Like honey bun?
Going against Dwight, who there was a story about how his whole diet was candy in Orlando.
Oh, Dwight? Yeah. No, I remember that when he was.
His doctor was like, "You could be a diabetic." Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're lucky you're a fucking freak of nature, bro. Like, yeah, I wonder that would probably be a really funny like web series, or if you could just get like sports doctors, the ridiculous conversations they have with athletes who like don't understand their bodies, you know.
You have to wear a condom or else you'll get AIDS. Well, yeah, I don't know what that is.
But even I just think, Jesus.
No, the nutrition
just
stuff.
If we just kept it at the dietary stuff.
I mean, that's not gonna fly.
It's like,
that's
just keep it at the dietary stuff. You know, you run into these guys who have 40-inch verticals, but they just be eating like Popeyes their whole life.
Yeah, like Chad Johnson always bragged about how
they get some money, and it's like, hey, you got to stop eating like this. Like, I just think there's probably some comedy to mine there.
Babe Ruth did it on beer and hot dogs, so.
I'm sure there would have been good shit with Joel. It's like, dude, you can't drink 3 gallons of Shirley Temples a day.
Yeah, remember when he used to eat burgers before the game? You remember when he was eating that burger before the game?
Yeah, just
like a big ass burger while he's stretching. Just like, bro, you're not gonna play good.
Hey, except AI did that. He'd come in and eat 4 hot dogs, drop 50.
In high school, I used to sometimes go get a haircut and a cheesesteak before games. I was just such a coon.
Did you play well after eating that cheesesteak?
I'd play okay. Like, and I wasn't good enough at my best to justify that at all. But but I was like pretty good. I was like, you know, maybe a notch or 2 below being good enough to do that. But it was just, our team was so bad on top of all that, it just made it look really bad. But I'd be fresh as fuck at the games. Like regularly, if we had a Friday night game, because you know high school games is like you played on Tuesday and Friday night, and pretty much every Friday night game I had the fresh cut because I really thought I was like in the NBA. I needed a fresh cut.
Music playing when you walk into the high school gym every night.
Like, oh,
I mean, we had our
warm
warm up tape. Every high school had the warm up tape. If you didn't have like, what was it, like "Bring 'Em Out" was the song that was on every team's tape. There was a few that you would just hear like in pretty much every gym.
Well, all this conversation about food is making me very hungry, and I need to go eat dinner. So,
what's that like?
What's on the menu?
Yeah, getting cooked for every night.
My dad got some Asian food.
Mm.
Some like beef, some kind of beef, like teriyaki shit with some noodles. So I'm gonna heat that up.
Nice. Hell yeah!
Yeah, and I can always make. I make hella pizzas.
I found a real good Chinese spot out here in LA, but you know, of course, they're real expensive.
Right. You know how hard it is to find good Chinese food in Allentown, PA? Very hard.
I found a place I like in the marina that's good.
Y'all don't have? Are there not like
right around
Chinese people living there? There's not like. I would expect to find some bomb ass shit in Allentown.
Not in A-Town.
Like in a no hole in the wall spot where there's some like immigrant people who have good food.
They're like a couple Chinese spots, and they're all just like the same version of like mid Chinese food.
Interesting.
No, the bomb shit around here is like Puerto Rican food and Cuban food, and there's some good hole in the wall, like South American joints and shit like that.
Yep.
That's good.
Nah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
I've had some very good. I mean,
good Cuban food.
Just eating home meals all the time is pretty great. I don't really spend money on food. It's fantastic.
You say
I can. I can attest. Because I was home from like December to February, and saved a few bucks.
I'm getting soft.
Saved a few bucks and had a lot of food cooked for me. My mom was very excited to cook for me.
I got to remember what it means to be
You got to be on the hardened streets of Santa Monica.
Yeah, I spent $50 at the grocery store the other day, and I was like, "Damn, this is a lot of money." Which is just such. I acknowledge the L.
It's a fruit fly that's just tormenting me, man. Right. I've been bombarded with fruit. So much fruit in this apartment. God damn.
And you're welcome. All right.
We bid you adieu.
What? Next time, we got to do another one of these before the playoffs are over. So we will be back before the Sixers win the finals. I mean, playoffs.
I mean, we got to do another one after we sweep the Celtics, I would say.
All right. We'll do a victory lap over the Celtics, and then we'll catch up then.
We'll dance on their graves.
All right.
All right. Until
Piss on their graves. Yeah.
Adios.
Enjoy those noodles. Trust us. Bye.
All right.